Alright guys, today I'm going to try to give you a lesson on how to actually get up on the wakeboard. I spent a lot of time trying to figure this out myself and just watching YouTube videos and so forth, and had a buddy of mine out here and I bet you it was like 30 tries for me to just stand up and stay standing more than 3 seconds. So I'm going to show you hopefully 2 different ways to get up. I'm going to show you the first way. I'm going to show you is the way that I normally get up now that I know what I'm doing, and then I'm going to show you a beginner's method that I think will help you to be able to get up as well. So we're going to give it a shot today, and hopefully you'll be able to watch the video. And I'm going to use E4K action camera on my forehead and kind of show you what my hands and my feet are doing, so you see the board level in one camera and you'll see the camera from the boat from a different angle to see what's going on. So we're going to try this out and see if it'll work for you. Alright guys, so the first thing we're going to do is once we get back behind the boat, of course I'm real close to the boat just to kind of show you some things right now. You don't want this rope to be under the thing. It's going to tighten up and it's going to twist you off, so make sure you keep it on top of the boat. A couple things I want to point out is when you're in position to start off, I'm like this. One hand one way, one hand the other. Some people go like this, just whatever you prefer. But when you start out, you want to be in a crouch position, okay? And your toes need to point forward, okay? A lot of people want to do this with the board straight up like that, and they're just like, because you just don't know what you're doing when you're starting. It kind of takes a little bit to learn the feel of this. So make sure your toes go forward. And the other thing I want to point out is that when the boat starts pulling you, the boat's going to pull you up. If you're having to fight and struggle, you're not in a good position. The boat should pull you up out of the water. And that's the hardest thing to figure out, is what that position is. But the first thing that I didn't realize is that once the boat starts going, water's going to come rushing over the board. I thought it was not going to do that. I thought the board was going to come up on the water, but water's going to come rushing over that board, and that's normal. So I just want you to know that. So we're going to get in a position, and hopefully with this camera, you're going to be able to see my hands and feet and what we're doing. And we'll try to do a first start and come up and let you see how that works, okay? All right, they're going to turn the board around, or turn the boat around here, so we can head out. There's a cove over here. You can see that? We're going to head out the other direction from the cove. But you can see this is my starting position. I've got my arms positioned on my legs like this. I've got my toes forward, all right? And what I'm going to do is once the boat starts to go, I'm actually going to shift at my waist. And by doing that, I'm going to bring my right foot forward like this. And it's hard to do it when you're sitting still with pressure on it. My right foot's going to come forward. And what that's going to do is it's going to take me off to the right a little bit. And it helps me to get up that way. That's one of the things that helps me to jump right up. But like I said, I'll show you another method as well for a beginner. But if you used to ride a skateboard, if you grew up riding a skateboard, if you were right foot forward, then you probably want to go right foot forward on this. If you were left foot, then you probably want to go left foot forward on this. But just don't forget, the toes got to point forward. Otherwise, you're just plowing through the water. And hopefully this is going to help you out. Once the boat gets straightened up, she's going to take off. And you'll see she's going to gun it at a pretty good pace. She's going to gun up to speed real fast. And then I'll feel the pull on here, and I'm going to start turning my right foot up. And the other thing is, you don't want to be like this. If you're out like this, then what's going to happen is you're just going to get pulled right over the board, and you go face first. You definitely need to stay with your arms bent in. You don't want to be straight out like this. You want to be in here, okay? And as you're riding the wakeboard, you want to keep this in tight to your waist. You got a better leverage that way. And so I think we're about straight and ready to go. So if you just kind of watch here, we'll show you what we do on how to get this thing up. All right, I'm going to push my toes forward. Thing's going to get tight, and she's going to give us some gas, and we're going to pop up here. Here we go. Let's go! All right, hopefully you can see I'm looking down, and now I'm riding forward. I've got my hands inside. They're not way out here. Like, you can ride like this, but you don't have a lot of control that way. So I'm riding with my hands inside, and hopefully you can see that I've got them pulled. And so once I'm out here, I can just shift my weight to kind of move around, and the boat's just pulling me. We're letting this wakeboard just plane on top of the water like so. I hope you can see it from the camera shots here. Trying to look down, not looking where I'm going, so it's a little difficult here. And basically, you kind of see what we're doing here. We're just kind of riding this out. My legs are bent, okay, because I'm just rocking back and forth. I'm keeping my legs bent. I'm not keeping my legs straight because you can easily go down that way, but it's also lowering your center of gravity with your legs bent, and I'm just kind of rocking back and forth here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and drop off, and we'll do another start, and I'll show you another way to start off. So I'm just going to fling this rope out, and we're going to do another start. All right, when you're out here on the lake too, if you fall, sometimes your feet will get ripped right off your board will get ripped right off your feet if you take a bad crash. But when you're out here and there's other boats out here, good idea to put your board up to let other boats see you. There's a lot of activity out here. It's a Saturday weekend on Lake Kiowee. It's the Saturday before the Great American Eclipse, which is coming up on Monday. So we're gonna do another start here and show you a different method. This other method I'm gonna use is I'm gonna stay locked like this, and I'm gonna keep my arms on my legs, and I'm not even gonna stand up like I did before. I'm just gonna keep them totally locked and stay in this position and let the boat just pull me straight up. And I will end up riding like this for a few seconds before I even attempt to stand up and let the boat come up to speed. You can use this method for a slower start, but ideally you want to get up to speed a little quicker, which is, you know, usually for most people, adult size like me, you need to get it up to about, probably the boat needs to be hitting about 10, 11 miles an hour, but you can. I've got up to 6 miles an hour, but it's a little more strain on you because there's just not enough force hitting that wakeboard. So we're going to try a different start. All right, again, this time, we're still going to keep my toes forward, okay? This time, I'm going to stay locked like this. If you can kind of see what I'm doing here, I'm probably have my knees in a 90-degree position here. And I'm going to stay at this 90-degree position with my toes forward as we get up this way. I'm probably still going to cut out to the right because that's generally just kind of where I go for my style of riding. And so we'll see it cut out to the right. And hopefully you'll be able to see what I'm doing here. But again, 90 degrees at the knees, I'm keeping my arms locked on here. So all the force is coming in, I'm putting my arms locked on my legs. It's going to just stay that way. And we'll let the boat pull us up that way. And I think this would be better for beginners to realize you don't have to stand up right away. Till you have your up, have enough speed, have your balance, that you can stand up. Okay, ready? So I'm going to stay locked like this. Toes forward. Yep. Now I'm up, I'm going to go ahead and stand up. So that was just a little bit different way to come up. So we're actually going kind of slow right now. And now she's finally got it to speed. So it's a little bit slower. We got some jumps here. That's another thing. You don't want straight legs with when you have some wakes coming across here. So we're going to come down and let's go ahead and cut across the wake. So I'm pulling the rope in. I'm pulling the rope into my waist. I don't want it way out there. And I'm keeping my wake. You gotta watch where the board's going. Okay, now I'm gonna cut back to the right, and I'm gonna see if I can make a jump on that wake over there. Oh, I could not. All right, you're out here. You can go one-handed if you want. You can squat down. You can touch the water, touch the board, all that kind of stuff. All right, I'm gonna come back across here. Now we got our own wakes to contend with. Just bouncing on those. Keep your weight back when you're hitting those so you don't catch a bump you don't want to hit. Now I'm gonna just cut back. Ooh, wiped out. All right, this time, guys, she's gonna do a slow and steady start. So this way I'm gonna stay locked again. This is for a beginner. And I'm going to stay locked just like this. Let's do it slow and steady. And once I feel there's enough pressure holding the board up and everything, then I'll go ahead and do my stand up. Okay? All right, ready? All right, go ahead. Do a steady, slow start. So staying locked like this, there's no pressure on my knees at all. And you can ride like this for a long time. I'm just sitting here like this, riding across the water, but everything's calm now. I'm playing and I'm going to go ahead and stand up. And so that's a way for, and we're going really slow right now. You probably isn't doing 7 miles an hour right now. So you go ahead and speed it up. All right, now I'm gonna make an adjustment on my camera angle here. Speed it up. This is beautiful Lake Kiowee.